It was a day that began like any other for Rafi, a truck driver whose life was anchored on the long roads stretching before him. But this trip was special, because by his side, with every mile he drove, was Pano, his loyal and bright 2-year-old dog. Every journey they took together was a shared adventure, a bond between man and dog that grew stronger with every mile. But sometimes, life's greatest challenges appear without warning. When they made a rest stop in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the unimaginable happened. In a fleeting moment, Pano, curious and eager as always, wandered away from Rafi. Minutes turned into an hour, and then came the painful realization that his beloved companion had truly disappeared. Rafi searched desperately, calling for Pano in every corner of the unfamiliar city, but the vastness of the place seemed to swallow his calls. Exhausted and heartbroken, Rafi knew he had no choice but to continue his journey, leaving behind a piece of his heart in Santa Fe. Back in Maryland, the wheels of Rafi's truck kept turning, but each mile felt heavier than the last. His thoughts were always with Pano. Where could he be? Was he safe? Did he feel abandoned? Every night, Rafi scoured the internet, hoping to catch a glimpse of his furry friend, praying for a miracle while struggling with the guilt of leaving him behind. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Rafi, a team in Santa Fe had found a wandering pup. His paws were worn, his body thin. He had clearly been lost for some time. They named him Hopper, and, although he had no microchip or collar, the warmth in his eyes spoke of a dog who had once known the love of a family. The shelter team welcomed him with care, but they didn't know his real family was far away, desperately searching for him. For 17 long days, Hopper, once Pano, adjusted to his new environment. He found joy in small things, like the popsicles and toys the shelter staff gave him. Volunteers spent time helping him overcome the loneliness that still lingered in his heart. But even though Hopper was more comfortable, something was missing. Something deep inside him still searched for the warmth of Rafi's embrace. And Rafi, in turn, was unwilling to give up hope. A heart connected to its companion never rests. Then, one night, a post appeared online. A dog found in Santa Fe matched Pano's description. Rafi's pulse quickened. Could it be him? Could his lost companion be waiting for him in a shelter so far away? Without hesitation, Rafi booked the first flight to Santa Fe. The days of anguish and uncertainty melted away with each passing hour. When he finally arrived at the shelter, his heart raced. Would Pano recognize him? Would he remember the bond they shared? As Rafi walked through the doors, the atmosphere was charged with excitement. There was no doubt. Hopper, the dog the shelter team had come to love, was no longer just a lost pup. In an instant, he became Pano again. His eyes locked onto Rafi's, and immediately he ran toward him. No words were needed. Pano leapt into Rafi's arms, showering his face with joyful licks. Tears of happiness streamed down Rafi's face, quickly wiped away by the warm affection of his beloved dog. In that moment, the world seemed to realign. The pain of the past few weeks vanished, replaced by the pure joy of reunion. Pano, once lost and afraid, was home again, exactly where he belonged. And Rafi, whose heart had carried the weight of loss, was whole once more. Their journey, once filled with uncertainty and heartache, now had a new chapter, one filled with gratitude, joy, and a bond deeper than ever before. The road ahead was once again theirs to travel, together. Did this story touch your heart? Pano and Rafi's journey reminds us of the power of love and the bond we share with our four-legged companions. Have you experienced an emotional reunion or an inspiring story with a pet? Share it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming stories like this one. Together, we can celebrate the love and the incredible stories our furry friends bring into our lives. Share this video with someone who could use a dose of hope today.